journey begin? Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges. Cause in the end, we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody sing. The ball has hit the bat, whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it. Is a 6 or will it be a 4? We scream, we roar, oh my god, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing, what can I say? Let the claps run in millions as if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League.
Morning, it's a Sunday morning. The Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 10, game number 9 to commence between Nasco and Watania. We'll take you through the pitch report now. You can see that there is a bit of moisture in the air. The morning dew that has fallen. The wicket is damp. If you can see, there are some damp patches that are there. Interesting to see what the captains will be. Most likely, whoever wins will want to field first on this wicket with the ball coming slow. And as the day progresses, the wicket's going to go dry and make it more easy for the batsmen. But for the moment, it looks like a wicket that could be 140, should be a par score on this wicket. Interesting to see how the captains will come out at the toss and give their views on it. A toss coming up in the next few minutes. Stay tuned. Thank you. Morning and welcome to Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 10. It's a bright Sunday morning. Match number 9 between Nasco and Watania. Varun from Nasco will spin the coin and Deepak will do the calling. Heads is the call. Tails it is. Varun, Varun, welcome. You won the toss. What do you want to do?
We'll have a go at the bat first. I mean, it's generally these wickets tend to be really flat, no movement whatsoever. So we'll put a score of we'll try to put up a good defending score to set a good target for them to chase, and hopefully the boys will bring out their A game today.
A loss in the previous game. What has been the team talk since then? Regrouping yourself and trying to win this important clash.
Yes, the talks were to get a steady hand throughout the game and get a good run rate overall, and hopefully our bowlers come along and really pull a good game today.
Anyway, thank you for it, and we'll speak to Deepak. Deepak, happy to bowl first. It's a slightly damp wicket early in the morning.
Yeah, actually we were planning for ball first because the pitch seems little damp, and ball will be taking some time to reach to the bat. So there might be some chances for bowlers, and we can restrict them for a score which we are comfortably we can change it.
And a win in the last game, a more convincing win last game. How do you want to take this momentum up front?
Well, that helped us because we won one match, and but Nasco is a good team, and we cannot take this match lightly. And we need to win at least 2 matches. And we have Salama in our pool, which is a very strong team. So we would like to take our chances on this match.
Anyway, thank you for it. And the news from the center is that Nasco has won the toss and they've elected to strike first. Stay tuned. Thank you.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome to game number 9 of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 10 between Nasco and Watania. Nasco captain Varun Bangera winning the toss and electing to take first strike. And Deepak too was happy bowling first. So both the captains getting what they wanted. As we said in the pitch report, it's a bit damp. So the ball's gonna just stop on a bit before you come on. So you gotta be careful when you commit to the stroke. We'll run you through the team list. First with Nasco, Varun Bangera, the captain, Gaurav Achani, wicketkeeper, Abdul Rahman, Biju Panikal, Shabir Ahmed Butt, Prasad Hiremat, Rajendra Prasad, Ramesh Sharif, Subin Soman, Subin Paul, Uttam Kutale, and Varun Nagpal. And the Watania team led by Deepak, captain and wicketkeeper, Adam Khan, Amir Bashir, Deepak Nelson, Gautam Tamil Selvan, Mamun Ghazi, Mohammad Ali, Mohammad Shamim, Sujit Subramaniam, Tawakkal Abbas, and Tarindu Lenaige. That's the teams that we have. Subin to take strike. The first ball by Mamun, beaten outside the off stump. Ball into the keeper's gloves and down. No run there. Varun Bangera, the captain, is at the non-striker's end. We're in the power play, so only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. As comes back again, drive plays it towards point. And a quick single taken, so Subin off the mark and Nasco too off the mark with that single. And with the right hand, left hand combination, the field settings keep changing. Captains will have to be on their toes, so will the bowlers be, just to make sure that they adjust the line and length as and when required. Deepak marshalling his troop. We'll run through Mamun's stats. He's just played 1 game and a wicket and an economy of 9. He will want to better that. He's got a good opportunity with the conditions helping him. Bowling to Varun. Short ball and Varun tees off right away. 1 bounce over the long on boundary for 4 runs. So the first boundary of the innings, first boundary for Varun. A welcome sign that Varun is in good nick. As Mamun comes into bowl to Varun. This time again short, cuts it. The man at short third doing well to stop the ball. Score remains on 5 of 4 balls. With 7 men inside the ring, not much room for error for the bowlers. You've got to keep tight lines. This time slightly short again. He swivels this and sends this over. Long leg for a boundary. So the second boundary in a space of 3 balls. Deepak just letting him know that he needs to change his line. Keep it within the stumps. Score races to 9. We run you through, take you through the boundary. Shot onto the pads, into his hitting arc, and another boundary, 1 bounce going towards the long leg. So 9 on board with the ball to go in the first over. So good start with Nasco. They were hoping for a better start than the previous time they played. Will be wanting to keep that momentum up. Sam outside the off stump, called wide outside the tram line. So score moves into double digits. Score moves on to 10. Run rate of 12. Varun's intentions very clear right from the word go. He's faced the first ball. Anything short. Again another short ball, and this one over square leg. And the first maximum, so 16 runs of the first over. Mamoon has been guilty of bowling it short, and Varun has pounced on every opportunity that he's got so far. As we take you through that, again one shot, just the right height that he's looking for, and sends this over square leg for a maximum. So end of the first over, 16 for the loss of no wicket, 14 to Varun, 1 to Subin, and 1 wide. So that's the 16 runs that have been scored so far.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life, and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Shamim, the new bowler to partner Mamoon. Mohammad Shamim to partner Mamoon, a left arm tweaker. Have a look at his stats. 2 matches, 1 wicket, economy of 4.25. It's very good economy when you consider in a T20 anything below 6 runs and over, you've done well for your side. Subin stats: 14 matches, 369 runs, strike rate of 15.23. As Mohammad Shamim comes to play, full toss, takes it on the full, plays it towards long on for a single. Subin moves on to 2. And score moves on to 17. Interesting to see how Varun is going to take on Mohammad Shamim. Left arm around the wicket. Goes on to the back foot, plays it down towards long on. Chase for the fielder. And 1 more run added to the total. Score moves on to 18. Two men outside the 30 yards are the man at long on and long off. Coming over the wicket to the left-hander. He's given away 2 singles of the first 2 balls. This time he plays it in the air into the vacant mid-wicket area. The ball racing away to the boundary. So Subin helps himself to a boundary. Score moves on to 22. Slightly short, rocks onto the back foot. Have a look at it. Slightly short, rocks onto the back foot. And all he had to do is send it over the 30-yard circle, and the ball racing away to the boundary, mid-wicket boundary, for his first boundary of the game. Shamim will have to do better here. He'll have to try to string in a few dot balls. This time plays it just off the wicket. He's playing him late, not trying to commit himself onto the front foot. Gets a single and brings the right-hander onto strike. Score moves on to 23. The early morning dew that had set in on the ground, it gets a bit difficult for these players to grip the ball. Let's wait and watch. And plays it in the air towards mid-off. No run there. Closing the face of the bat early. Said the ball's going to stop a bit. You got to be careful of those. The one that just stops and comes on. Down the leg side. Not a confident appeal. Varun to getting into a tangle there. End of the over. 7 runs coming off it. 23 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 2 overs. Over number 3 to commence. Mamun to continue. Expensive first over. So change of bowler, sorry. Subin drives it towards the cover region. The ball going towards the boundary. Comes back for 2 runs. Gautam the bowler. Gautam 2 matches. He's got 1 wicket, economy of 9.67. So the first change being affected right away. This one sneaking through the bat into the keeper's gloves. Much better ball this time. Bowling into the channel of uncertainty out there. Gautam Tamil Selvan, right arm around the wicket to the left. Edges this one towards short third, and the first wicket to fall. Playing across the line, gets a leading edge, and the man at short third making no mistake. So first success for the Watania team. Seeing the back of the left-hander. Gautam coming in and giving the breakthrough which his captain was looking for, as we have a look at the dismissal. Have a look at it. Moving towards the off stump, wanting to go towards leg stump. The ball too full for that sort of a stroke. Leading edge, and the man at short third taking the catch in a crouching position. So early success for Watania as we see number 3 bat. Uttam coming in. So we have a look at his stats. Uttam's 26 matches, 525 runs, strike rate of 120.97. So that's a good, healthy strike rate. बॉलर का भी डाल दिया और मेरे को पूरा स्कोर कार्ड भी दे दिया. Gautam in the 3 balls has got 1 wicket, given away 2 runs. As we have a look at his stats, 4 matches, 1 wicket, 9.67. So another wicket added to his tally. He will want to keep that momentum and keep a check on the scoring as Uttam getting ready to take strike. Right, I'm over the wicket. Good length, on the good length spot, plays into the ball, plays a defensive stroke and takes off for a quick single. So Uttam off the mark, score moves on to 26, brings Varun on to strike is 15 or 7. As we have a look at the scorecard. Quick summary. Varun taking strike to Gautam for the first time. He's been kept off strike for some time. Interesting to see how he approaches this one. Asking for an LBW. Probably an inside edge. Lucky to survive. Foolish delivery. Up to him. Probably the edge saving him. He survives. Score remains on 26 as the last ball of the 3rd over coming up. Another one. Trying to cut this one. Too close for comfort. End of the over. 26 for the loss of 1 wicket. As we have a look at the summary so far. Varun Bangera batting 15 of 9. Subin Paul, the man out. He was out for 9 of 8. And Uttam batting of 1 of 1. Bowling card. 3 bowlers used so far. Mohammad Shamim to continue. Of course, rocks back and plays this. A defensive stroke. The bowler fields of his own bowling. Uttam on strike. Now this is what a wicket can do. Can just break the momentum that was set. Comes back and rocks this and plays towards covers. No run there. The men inside the ring quite alert. Watania boys pride on their fielding. One left arm around the wicket. Looping this one. And chance of an edge. Lovely looping delivery. Inviting the batsman. Uttam playing from within the crease. Not committing himself. Three dot balls. Scored a run in the last 5 balls. Will be interesting to see how it goes. Plays this one towards short mid wicket and a quick single taken. So score moves on to 27. The good part for Watania is that they have kept a check on the scoring after that first over blitz that they got. Given away 11 runs since then in 2.4 overs. Varun going back and playing it to its short cover. Last ball of the over coming up. He's batting 15 of 10 with 2 boundaries and a maximum. Last ball of the over. Again, driving this down towards long mid-off. Takes a single, risky one, completes a single. So the end of 4 overs, 28 for the loss of 1 wicket. Over number 5, Gautam to start. Varun on strike. Walks down the wicket, plays it towards mid-off. No run there. Varun now trying to break the shackles. Something might just give in here. Just getting a little bit itchy to get some runs, quick runs. We're in the 5th over of power play. Only 2 men outside the 30 yards. So we want to maximize. Plays this towards square leg. The man had shot fine coming. By the time he comes in, 2 runs have been taken. Score moves on to 30. Slight change of line this time. Trying to play to bowl it within the stumps. Bowled it slightly more closer to the pad, and no second invitation to an Asian batsman when he bowl on his pads. Score moves on to 30. Again down the track. Plays it towards mid-off. The man gives up the chase and the ball crashing into the boundary. As I said, something was supposed to give in, and Varun was getting itchy. He manages to get one through the offside cordon and gets a boundary. Score moves on to 34. Have a look at it. Starts walking in the moment the bowler starts bowling. Takes it on the up. And the man at mid-off, half a chase, just manages to go up to the boundary and retrieve the ball. So it's 34 for the loss of 1 wicket. 6 runs coming in the first 3 balls. Again down the wicket. Plays it towards square leg. Not good fielding by the fielder. Trying to boot it and stop the ball. Gives away 2 more runs. Score moves on to 36 and Varun moves on to 24. With 3 boundaries and 1 maximum to his credit. down the ground. One bounce over the bowler's head for another boundary. So score moves on to 40. Expensive over, 2 boundaries coming off it. Score moves on to 40. He's got the measure of the wicket. The moment the bowler is into his stride, he just walks down and opens his arms. Anything wide, he sends it towards the cover region. Anything pitched up to him, he plays it over the bowler's head or by the side of the bowler. So mid-off being brought slightly straighter, and the wicketkeeper coming up to the stump, trying to stop him from jumping out of his crease. But he doesn't need to jump out. If you bowl on his pads, he sends this over. Fine leg for a maximum. So an expensive over coming to an end. At the end of 5 overs, 46 for the loss of 1 wicket. 34 runs of 17 by Varun. Have a look at it. Staying within the crease, but the wrong line being chosen by Tamil Selvan and pays the penalty for it. The ball going over fine leg for a maximum. So second maximum for Varun. He moves on to 34 of 17. And the score is 46 for the 1 loss of wicket at the end of 5 overs.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Last over of power play, Mohammad into bowl to Uttam, plays it back towards the bowler. Interesting task for Mohammad is, does he go for the wicket or does he try to keep Varun off strike as much as possible? So again, looping this one, playing back. Again, Uttam's not using his feet, he's playing him off the wicket, needs to play him more by committing himself to a front foot, else could be a candidate for LBW if he pushes one through in line of the stumps. Could have Uttam in trouble. On to the back, slightly short, plays it towards short cover, and a quick single taken. Score moves on to 47, brings Varun on strike. He moves on to 3 of 8. Managed to keep Uttam quiet, needs to see how he does. This time plays it in the air, and the man at long on unable to take that catch, so 2 more runs added to the total. Score moves on to 49, creating the chance. It needs to be seen that whether the fielders are up to the task. Score moves on to 49. This time Varun playing it towards short covers and gets a single. So the 50 coming up in the 6th over. 50 for the loss of 1 wicket with 1 ball to spare in the power play. You need to take the game phase by phase. You need anywhere in the range of 45 to 50 with the loss of 1 wicket in the power play is a good power play for the batting side. This time drives it down to the full toss down to long on. The fielder there does the fielding. 1 more run added to the total score. 51 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of power play as we have a look at the summary. So what's happened so far? Subin and Varun opening the innings. Subin was the first to go. He was out for 9 of 8, caught at short third. And then Varun Bangera taking on the bowlers, hasn't spared anybody. Tamil Selvan, the lone wicket taker, but he's gone for 21 in the 2 overs he's bowled. Shamim has gone for the economical of the bowlers. He's gone for 14 in the 3 overs he's bowled. And Mamun Ghazi, who started the bowling, was gone for 16 in the over. Uttam Kuntale giving support to Varun with 4 of 9. So 51 for 1 at the end of 6 overs as we take a quick break. Change in bowling. Gautam Tamil Selvan taken off the attack. Amir Bashir, the bowler coming from round the wicket. He's played 5 matches, 5 wickets and 6.34 is it. Bowls around the wicket. Plays it towards short mid wicket. By the time the fielder comes in from deep mid wicket, 2 more runs added. Uttam moves on to 6 of 10. At the moment, Uttam's doing a good job. He's making sure he gets to singles and doubles and give as much strike as possible to Varun. This time down the ground. And the man at long on doing the fielding. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 54. Bowling from round the wicket to Varun. Asking for an LBW, but from round the wicket it's quite difficult. The ball will more or less pitch outside leg stump. Leg by signal, so 1 more run, 1 more extra to the total. Score moves on to 55. Sam plays it with soft hands towards point and gets a single there. Score moves on to 56. So run of every ball in the first 4 balls that have been bowled. 5 runs coming of the first 4 balls. Bowling to Varun. Plays it back towards the bowler. Again, not smart work of his own bowling. Lets the single go by. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 57. Watania boasts of a good set of fielders, but as of now, they aren't playing to their full potential. Uttam plays him softly off the back foot, wanting a risky single, not to be. End of the over, 6 runs coming off it. 57 for 1 at the end of 7. Back as over number 8 to begin. Tarindu, the bowler. Tarindu had bowled well in the last game. His 4 matches are 9 runs, economy of 7.5. So he's got a job on hand to make sure that he stems the flow of runs and possibly get a wicket or two to put the pressure back on Nasco, who's at the moment in the first 7 overs have bossed the game. Rocks back and plays it towards deep mid wicket. The fielder there keeps it down to a single. Warren moves on to 39 of 22 balls. Quite strong on anything that is short. He pulls it, and if it is a half volley or a full volley, he is more than happy to go downtown. This one loops this one slightly short, goes on. Uttam goes on the back foot and plays it towards mid wicket. Batsman thinking of a second, but the fielder quite quick to reach the ball. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 59. Bowling it up to Varun this time, driving it, chance of a catch at man at long on, but he's way too far, so doesn't get the elevation that he's looking for. Lucky for him, it fell far away from the man at long on, so one more run added, 60 the total. He moves on to 40. Uttam goes onto the back foot, plays it towards short mid wicket and takes a single, a wild throw, and resulting in an overthrow. So an additional run. Score moves on to 62. Oh, this is what Watania doesn't want. Down the ground. Slaps us to a long on. One more run added. Score moves on to 63. 6 runs coming on the first 5 balls of the over. Last ball of the over coming up. Going at a rate of 8 runs an over. Should get them to 160. So I'm playing it towards short mid wicket. Chance of a run out, and the batsman survives. Not a good throw. Amir to continue. He's given away 5 runs at the first over he bowled. Continues to bowl from round the wicket to the right-handers. Down the leg side, asking for an LBW. Pitching way outside leg stump. So you're never gonna get those decisions in your favor. Oh, better off if he starts bowling from over the wicket, and with the spin that he gets, he should be able to bring the ball back into the right-hander. He drives this down the ground for a single. Warren moves on to 42. Score moves on to 65. They need to get a couple of quiet overs just to see that they start bringing the run rate down, create some sort of pressure. As of now, it's all too easy as Uttam gets a short ball, plays it towards the man at square leg. One more run added. This protection outside at the boundary line. The man at square leg keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 66. On the wicket, right up to the batsman, plays a forward defensive stroke. Gets beaten on the edge. No run there. Not a short ball, too full to play that stroke. The man at short mid wicket doing the fielding. So a couple of dot balls should start creating that pressure. This time reverse sweeping and over the man at short third for a boundary. Score moves on to 70. He moves on to 46. With a couple of dot balls earlier, switch it over the man at short third. So the pressure released again. Score moves on to 70 with one more ball to go. That completes the over rather. 11 over 70 for the loss of one wicket. As Uttam on strike, Tarindu continues.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Slightly fuller, plays it towards deep mid wicket. One more run to Uttam. He moves on to 14. Varun on strike. Short ball, plays it towards the mid-wicket region. There's protection there. One more run added. Score moves on to 72. Ball into Uttam. Wanting to go back and cut this one. Dot ball. Loops this one. Uttam plays it back towards his partner. Lucky Varun and just takes evasive action. And they complete a single. Score moves on to 73. So we're coming towards the halfway stage of the innings. asking for an LBW, wrapped on the pads, and yes, success for Tarindu. Has been bowling well, this time slightly more fuller. Varun had premeditated going towards the mid wicket, and he's been adjudged LBW in front of the stumps. He's out for 47 of 31 balls. So we have a look at the dismissal again. Have a look at it. Slightly more fuller. The ball just spinning away from the off stump and hitting it right in front of the stumps, and the umpire thinks. So 73 for the loss of 2 wicket as Gaurav Watania comes into a strike. He's going to face the last ball of the 10th over before we switch ends. Gaurav's played 6 matches, 64 runs. Try chance of a cotton ball dropped. That's what the reaction suggests. Tarindu could have got 2 and 2. Closing the face of his hands a bit early. Have a look at it. Loops it, invites the drive, plays it on the up, and just closes his face of his arms, of his palm rather, and shells that one down. So the score remains on 73 at the end of 2 wickets. We run through the summary of the game so far. The Nasco Middle East winning the toss, electing to take first strike. Varun Bangera out for 47 of 31. Subin Paul out for 9 of 14. Uttam Kuntale is on 15 of 20. He's been joined by Gaurav Watania. And the bowlers so far, Tarindu Leanaike giving away 10 runs and taking 1 wicket in the 2 overs. Tamil Selvan, expensive but a wicket taker. He's gone for 21 of the 2 overs that he's bowled. Amir Bashir has given away 11 runs of the 2 overs he's bowled. As the players take a quick break, and we take a break too. Come back as Amir to bowl the 11th over. Bowling from round the wicket to Uttam. Now has to take the mantle of taking this team ahead. He's been there for quite some time at the departure of Varun. Another one sends us down to fine leg. 1 run completed. They come back for the second, so 2 runs added to the total. Score moves on to 75. On the wicket again. Plays it towards long on. 1 bounce into the fence he goes. So score moves on to 79. He moves on to 21. This time onto the pads. Have a look at it. Around the wicket, onto the pads. Just opens himself up and sends it towards wide long on for one bounce boundary. This time down leg side being called wide. Score moves on to 80. 7 runs coming on the first 2 legal balls of the over. Short jabs this one towards covers and takes off for a single. Score moves on to 81. He moves on to 22 of 23 balls. Again, rocking back to cut that one. So it's a much better line if he slants this ball across the off stump. Unlike the second ball of the over where he pitched it and allowed Uttam to just free his arms on that one. Much more fuller would be better. This time full toss, driven down the ground. Quick 1 run taken, wanting the second, but fielder quite alert, so keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 82. Last ball of the over coming up. Uttam plays it towards mid-wicket. The fielder there doing well. Keeps it down to a single. End of the over, 83 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 11. Amir's analysis, 3 overs, 20 runs, 21 runs, no wicket. Tarindo to continue. He's coming to bowl his third over. Bowling to Uttam. Full toss. One bounce to the man at mid wicket, so one more run added. Lucky for Tarindo, he didn't go for a boundary. Slightly low full toss, not at the middle of the bat. Beaten completely, so is the keeper. The ball going towards fine leg. 2 byes added to the total. Score moves on to 86. So bowling it, looping this one and bowling it right under the bat. Gaurav playing across the line here. Doesn't seem to be much comfortable. He's playing down the wrong lines. He needs to play straight down the ground rather than playing square. Goes back, rocks back and places towards long off. Uttam quick to come back for the second. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 88. Cuts this one again. Misses the cut into the keeper's gloves. Score remains on 88. 4 balls up in the 12th over of the innings. Drives this one down the ground. Again another misfield by the bowler of his own bowling. Results in a single being added. Score moves on to 89. Down leg side will be called a wide, so 1 more run added. Score moves on to 90. Plays this towards mid wicket and over the man there for a 6. So first maximum for Uttam. So the white ball resulting in a 6 being given away. He moves on to 30 of 26 at the end of 12 overs. 96 for the loss of 2 wickets. Have a look at it. Looping this one out, taking it from outside the off stump and sending it over mid wicket by quite a distance. So that's some strong arms that Uttam has got. Flexing those muscles. So end of 12 overs, 96 for the loss of 2 wickets. Mohammad Shami coming to bowl his last over. Deepak bringing him back to bowl his final over in the hope of getting a wicket or 2. Gaurav on strike. Plays it towards short covers. A misfield there. Batsman come back for 2 runs. So score moves on to 98. And Gaurav moves on to 6. Hasn't been convincing so far, but he's still out there. So always a chance of redeeming yourself. This time trying to play the switch hit. Shami holding the ball a bit back. Score remains on 98. Left arm goes back and plays this one back to the bowler. dot ball. Nasco will be happy to see the see off Shamim without making us this time again tries to rock back and cut that one, not to be just 2 runs coming of the first 4 balls. So trying to build that pressure by bowling a few dot deliveries. Plays this towards short cover, no run there, so 1 more dot ball. Last ball of the over. And he's finally cleaned him up. This one pitching on middle leg, the ball breaking on and then going on to hit the middle and off. So the 3rd wicket down at the end of 13 overs. So you have a look at that replay. Have a look at it from side on. Committing to the stroke, getting beaten in the flight, and could see his stumps crashing behind. So Shamim ends his spell with a wicket. There you see, pitching middle and off, and then going on to middle and legs rather than after pitching, just breaking away and hitting the stumps. So 98 for the loss of 3 wickets at the end of 13 overs as Shabir comes to the crease to partner Uttam. Shabir's 5 matches and he's got 2 runs, so he will want to get some runs under his belt just for himself and his team's cause as Uttam takes strike.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Deepak N comes into bowl. Uttam trying to send this one towards the fine leg boundary. Misses. Deepak, the wicketkeeper, doing well to collect the ball, but a wide being given. Score moves on to 99. Plays this towards mid wicket. The man there doing the fielding. Single added. So the 100 coming up in 13.1 overs. Remember, they had got their 50 within the 6th over. So Deepak and his boys have managed to keep a slight lead on the scoring rate. This time Shabir going for the drive, asking for a stumping. Umpire asks for a review, and we'll go upstairs for the first review of the game today. has dragged his foot outside. And the keeper, alert enough, is going for the break. The foot is still outside. And then full screen पे देखना पड़ेगा मेरे को. Full screen पे देखना पड़ेगा. So wait for the third umpire's signal. Rock it again. Have a look. This is the ball in the hand. Ball hitting the stumps. Ball hitting the batsman is out of his crease. And the decision is out. The batsman is out of his crease. The decision is on. Walkie-talkie. एक मिनट वो उसको मैं एक मिनट. Decision is out. Thank you. बंद कर कॉल बंद कर. नहीं just अभी लाके दिया है. Decision is out. So the fourth wicket to fall. A first ball duck for Shabir. Goes for that booming drive, loses his shape outside the crease, and Deepak doing well. Deepak, the wicketkeeper and captain, manages to hold on to the ball and parries it onto the stumps. Batsman out of his crease. Have a look at the replay again. Shabir decides. You can see him moving around in the crease, wanting to drive, doesn't drag his bat behind, and the stumps being broken. The umpire waits and calls for the third eye. Third eye decides it's out. And they lose their fourth wicket. 100 for 4. Deepak to bowl next ball. Plays it back. Now this is where Watania can come back into the game. They've got 2 wickets in quick succession. They first got Deepak Watani out and then Shabir out. Biju Panikal, the new man, coming at number 6 to partner Uttam. He needs somebody to stick along with him and he can shepherd this innings along, but he needs support. So on cuts it towards covers a single there. So score moves on to 101. Biju off the mark. Score 3. He's given away 3 runs of the 4 balls he's bowled. Interesting to see how Uttam now approaches. Backs away, plays this down towards long on. The man there doing the fielding keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 102. Uttam moves on to 32 of 28. Brings Biju on strike to face the last ball of the 14th over. Have Biju's stats. He's played 8 games, 21 runs, a strike rate of 67.74. All he need to do is just give him some support, plays this down towards extra cover, completes a single. By the time the fielder comes in, 2 more runs added. Uttam's quick between the wickets. He manages to get Biju a couple and take strike for the next ball, as the score moves on to 104 at the end of 14 overs for the loss of 4 wickets. 6 runs coming off this over. Commencing the 15th over, Uttam on strike. Sujit, the new bowler, right arm over the wicket. Shot outside the off stump, but outside the trim lines, will be called a wide. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 105. Have a look at stump at the wrong on the other side. Deepak had broken the stumps, albeit the ball had gone out of his hands, but lucky for him it went on to hit the stumps, else Shabir could have survived that stumping. At the moment, marshalling his troops, asking the man from covers to come towards deep point, and the man at gully slightly finer, hoping that Uttam plays one in the air towards the man in the, but he plays it down towards mid wicket, completes a single, and they come back for the second. Uttam's been quite quick and asking and making his partners to complete those extra runs. These could be very handy in the context of the game. In the final analysis, he moves on to 34, score moves on to 107. Plays it down in the air, and the man at covers takes a good catch. So the end of Uttam, and another wicket to fall at the score of 107. Sujit just holding the one a bit back, and he slices this one in the air. As we have a look at the replay. Wanting to up the ante, this one in the slot, but because of his bat slicing it up in the air, the man at covers takes a well judged dolly, and the end of Uttam, a fine innings. 3 wickets in quick succession has just derailed the innings a bit. 107 for 5 in 14.2 as Sujit too tastes success in the first over that he's bowled. As we have a look from the back view, you can see that the ball is out of his hands, but it is going and hitting the stumps. Tough call for the third umpire, but the right decision being made. Ramesh comes to take strike, asking for an LBW, and the first ball duck for Ramesh as well. Wrapped on the pads right in front of the stumps, so does the umpire think. So the 4th wicket in quick succession. In the last few overs, they were 100 for 2, are now suddenly 107 for 6. As we have a look at it, pitching in line right in front of the stumps, and on your way is what the umpire says. The batsman not happy, not ready to leave, but he has to make his way back to the hut. So first ball duck for Ramesh, he's out for naught. दो घूंट चाय पी ले सर तब तक. Going back, yes, when you go back to a foolish delivery, you are a candidate suggesting that he was not sure what he was suggesting right there. दूसरा वरुण है. So Varun coming into bat, and he has the tough task of facing a hat-trick ball. His second match, and he scored 6 runs so far. Lucky to survive, beaten on the up. Varun Nagpal survives the hat-trick ball. Score remains on 106. Defense is one towards short cover, no run there. Last ball of the over. It's placed this one towards short third, no run there. So a highly successful over comes to an end. 3 runs given away, 2 wickets taken. Score remains on 107 at the end of 15 overs. Wow, look at the match, Summer. Deepak to continue. He's given him with 6 runs and taken 1 wicket in the last over. Bowling to Biju. Full toss. Plays it towards mid-wicket. Another fact to note here is that Uttam was, along with running those singles, was running those doubles hard as well. So the momentum was there. But right now the momentum is completely halted as another dot ball outside the off stump. Varun Nagpal trying to manufacture a stroke, doesn't get any edge. Batting on not of the 4 balls he's played. This time again in the air, and the man at gully doing the catching. So 5 wickets have fallen with the addition of 8 runs to the total. And Varun's short stay at the crease comes to an end. And Deepak gets his 2nd wicket. Have a look at it. Slightly outside the off stump. Takes the drive. Takes the outer edge of the bat, and a simple catch to the man at gully. As Abdul Rahman comes in to bat. Left arm seamer, but bats right-handed. He will need to partner Biju, and he's played 17 games, got 30 runs. A handy 30 will be worth gold for the Nasco boys at the moment. Abdul Rahman facing Deepak. Plays it down the ground for a single. Brings Biju on to strike, who's batting 4 of 4. वरुण ऊपर से नहीं खेलता तो 70 पे टीम थी. Short ball sends us towards the mid-wicket region for a welcome boundary. 113 for 7. Biju moves on to 8 of 5 with his first boundary. And Deepak, who's been bowling so well until now, decides to bowl one slightly short. Enough time for Biju to pick his spot and bisect the fielder at deep mid-wicket and square leg. Square leg fielder a few yards inside, so what is going to be this time? Full toss, but misses that one, and his stumps have taken a beating. A full toss would have been more better had he played it down the ground, premeditated the sweep. And another wicket to fall. It's now 113 for 8. Biju out for 8 of 6 balls. He's bowled off the bowling of Deepak. And the Nasco boys now in danger of not completing their quota of 20 overs. Have a look at the replay. Looping this one. And Biju had already premeditated the sweep. Distraught as he looks back as his stumps shattered behind him. Have a look at it. Already decided, plays to a full length delivery. You miss, I hit. Looks back and replace that shot, but that was not the shot that was on for this ball. He should have played it more better had he played it down the ground. And the umpire letting the number 10 know that he is behind time. He needs to be there within 90 seconds to receive the ball. Now, this has been a debate with the Angelo Matthews dismissal in the World Cup as to how long the batsmen are taking to reach the crease and face the first delivery. Subin S, the new man, he will not be taking strike as that was the last ball of the over when Biju Panikal lost his wicket. Clear his trap. Had the strap being snapped, who's to be blamed? It's another drive down the ground from Abdul Rahman. Off the bowling of Sujit. Got to be sensible here. Collect as many runs as possible and play out those 20 overs. It's not the time you want to go in for glory. He plays this down towards the gully. The fielder misfields there. 1 run completed. Coming back for the second. The man at deep point coming in. Fielder at gully rushing in to field the ball. Sujit to bowl Abdul Rahman again under the bat. Good bowling. Has chosen the right length to bowl in these circumstances. Full and slightly wide outside the off stump. Asking the batsman to do all the effort. Even half an edge might go on to crash into stumps, and this time rocks back and plays it towards point. Good bit of fielding. The man at covers doing the cleanup. Keeps it down to a single score. Moves on to 116. At the end of 16.4, they have another 20 more balls. Even if they have run a ball, they come up to around 136 to 140. It's par on this wicket as he plays back to a full one. And Subin 2. A first ball duck. 3 wickets to Sujit. Absolutely squared himself up, exposing the stumps. As we have a look at the replay. Have a look at it. Goes back. And all he can do is have a look at his stumps being pegged back. Lovely little ball. Helps himself to another wicket. 3 wickets already. Can he go for a 4 for in the last ball of the 17th over? He's got another couple of overs more after this, but he will want to finish it off as early as possible as number 11 Rajendra Prasad comes to the wicket. He's got 3 matches and 3 runs to his career stats. Edges this one towards third man. 1 run added. End of 17 overs, 117 for 9.
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Deepak to continue. He's got 3 wickets. Bowling to Rajendran. And no foot movement whatsoever. Deepak bowling this one slightly outside the off stump. Can he try to bowl this within the stumps? He's got a better chance of getting a wicket. The batsman not having much feet movement, he could have him either LBW or bowled. Plays it down towards short covers. No run there. Abdul wanting to come on to strike. At the moment is kept off strike. I guess he can keep the field inside the circle. Deepak can bring an extra man in short covers. And full toss, plays it towards short third, quick single. Abdul takes off as soon as the edge was taken. So 1 run. Score moves on to 118. Deepak needs to make sure he's got the men at the right places. Would be okay if he gives that single away to Abdul Rahman, as he takes a wild swipe and the wicket is shattered again. So the end of the innings, 118 is what Nasco have come up in their 20 overs, not completing their overs, exactly 17.4. Go ahead. Same number hai. 118 all out. They were 100 for 2, and for the addition of 18 runs have lost 8 wickets. So a good comeback by Watania. They hold on to their catches. And Sujit and Deepak sharing 7 wickets amongst themselves. As we have a look at the entire scorecard. As we first have a look at the replay of the last wicket fall. Abdul was very keen to come on strike, but you can't come on strike and try to play an ugly shot when you know that you have a few more balls left in the bank, which you didn't encash. And all Suji did was we bowled it right in line of the stumps and gets his 4th. 118 all out in 17.4. Full scorecard. A summary so far. Varun Bangera 47 of 31. Uttam Kutale 34 of 30. The notable contributions, not much of contribution. The third highest being Subin Paul, the opener, who scored 9 runs, but no support from the rest of the guys. As Deepak Nelson completed the innings, he hasn't completed his quota. 2.4 overs, 13 for 4 wickets. Sujit Subramaniam, 2 overs, 7 runs and 3 wickets. Shamim, the economical bowler, completed his quota of 4 overs, gave away 16 runs and taken 1 wicket. So we have a look at the batting card. Subin Paul, 9 of 8. He was caught by Deepak off the bowling of Gautam. Varun Bangera, 47. He was LBW to Tarandu. Uttam Kutale was caught by Mohammad off the bowling of Sujit for 34 of 30. And then there was a procession. Gaurav Vachani bowled by Mohammad for 6 of 13. Shabir Ahmed, but rather first ball stumped by Deepak off the bowling of Deepak. Biju Panikal helped himself to a boundary before he lost his stumps. He was bowled by Deepak Nelson, 8 of 6. Ramesh Sharif, first ball LBW to Sujit Subramaniam. Varun Nagpal faced 5 deliveries caught by Sujit off the bowling of Deepak Nelson. Abdul Rahman, the last man to go, he was out for 4 of 6, bowled by Deepak Nelson. And Subin Soman out bowled by Sujit Subramaniam. Rajendra Prasad not out, 2 of 4. 8 extras in the innings. As we have a look at the bowling card. Seven bowlers used. Mamun Ghazi, just the 1 over, gave away 16 runs. Mohammad Shamim, 4 overs, 16 runs, 1 wicket. Gautam Tamil Selvan, 2 overs, 21 runs, 1 wicket. Amir Bashir, 3 overs, 21 runs, no wicket. Tarindu, 3 overs, 21 runs, 1 wicket. And then the show by Deepak Nelson, 2.4 overs, 13 runs, 4 wickets. Sujit Subramaniam, 2 overs, 7 runs, 3 wickets. They shared major spoils and derailed these innings. They were 98 for 3 at one stage and then all out for 118. And we'll have a quick break and we see Watania Takaful coming down to chase down the score of 119 in 20 overs.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back as the chase gets underway. 119 is what Watania need to ensure they get another couple of points into the kitty. And Nasco, the task cut out. They need to get wickets up front. Tawakkal and Tarundu to open the innings. Tawakkal in the previous game had a blistering innings where he teed off from the word go. His 32 games, 58 runs, strike rate of 103.8. Sorry, 108.3. Abdul Rahman, the bowler, 17 matches, 20 wickets, economy of 8.94. He doesn't have that luxury today. He has to be on the money from the word go. And if he can grab a couple of wickets up front, this chase could be interesting. Tarindu, the non-striker, is just practicing those shots. He's just trying to make sure his feet are moving well. He was out for 4 after scoring a boundary. He was out the very next ball. So he will want to get some runs under his belt. He's been bowling well. He's got one wicket today, but that's always the case when you get one. Abdul Rahman to Tarindu. Slightly slow, plays it towards short mid-wicket. Tarindu wanting the single, but Tawakkal deciding against it. Abdul Rahman, left arm seamer, coming from over the wicket. Starts off with the dot, but he needs to ensure he doesn't bowl onto the pads too often. Just comes down. Again, this one, much better line. Tawakkal already showing his intentions that he wants to go over the top from the word go. He has a lot of time on hand. He can assess the pitch and then decide to pick on the bowlers. The ball's new. It is going to swing a bit. You don't want to play too early on a shot. It's not the wicket where the ball's coming on. This time trying to take it over covers, but makes no contact into the gloves of Varun. Sorry, into the gloves of Deepak, the wicketkeeper. So far, no runs on the board. 4th ball of the over. This time into covers, and the fielder at covers, not a very good attempt, and in the process even pulling up his muscle or two. It's absolutely senseless batting at the moment. He just wants to send every ball crashing the boundary. Got to respect the conditions and the bowler if he's bowling well. This time down the leg side. First runs on board, courtesy of wide. Abdul Rahman creating the chance. And They nearly got a wicket. They need the wickets up front. And the man at cover. As we see the next ball. This time outside the off stump, another wide. So 2 runs to the total. Score moves on to 2. Courtesy both the wides. Have a look at that drop catch. We can see just toe end of the bat, skewing it up. The man at covers coming in, and just a one-handed attempt, just placing his hands, hoping that the ball sticks into his hand. Not to be, as Tawakkal survives. Again another wide this time. So now Abdul Rahman off the radar for the last 3 balls. He's given away 3 runs. All wides. He has created the pressure, but now slowly releasing it back. You already have the batsman who is ready to give you the charge. All you need to bowl it is into the right area and you can get him, and this time beats him outside the off stump rather. And the ball dying down onto the keeper. Deepak has to ensure that he is standing in at the right length behind the stumps, because this time again another ugly swipe. Lucky for him, it was down the leg side, so another wide. So score moves on to 4. Does he switch around the wicket to get one back into the stumps? This time into the slot and sends it crashing towards the mid-wicket boundary for the first runs off the bat. Score moves on to 8. This is what Tawakkal has been trying for the last few balls. Have a look at it. Slightly uppish, but good enough meat of the bat that the ball meets and it goes racing towards the mid-wicket boundary. Score moves on to 8 with 1 ball to go in the over. Sorry, that's the end of the over. So the extra balls creating that opportunity for a boundary.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Biju to start from around the wicket to the left-hander Tarindu. As we have a look at Biju's stats, this is 8th game and yet to take a wicket. He's frontline bowler partnering Abdul Rahman with the new ball, but hasn't tasted success yet. This time plays it towards shot fine, wanting a quick single. Tawakkal not interested. Sends him back. Score remains on 8. Tarindu's 4 games, he's scored 89 runs, strike rate of 53.45. Needs to better that one. Good stroke. Plays it back towards the bowler. Biju fields off his own bowling. Managed to get another dot ball. Feet are moving well for Tarindu. All he needs is to spend some time at the wicket and the runs will come. Drives this one towards long on. Gets off strike. He gets off the mark as well. Score moves on to 9. And we'll wait and watch and see how Tawakkal now takes on Biju. With him bowling from round the wicket. Lets that one go towards the keeper. So no run there. 4 balls in the over so far. 1 run coming off it. Full toss. And sends it towards the fine leg boundary. The ball slowly hasn't crashed into the boundary rope. Just stops a few inches inside the boundary. So 3 runs added to the total. Score moves on to 12. Wasn't a shot of great conviction, but just stopping inside the boundary and a long chase for the man at short fine leg. Full toss, plays it towards long on, gets a single, score moves on to 13. So 106 runs more required of 18 overs at the rate of 5.87. 5.89 rather. Abdul Rahman to continue, this time to the left-hander. Sprays it down leg side, another wide. Score moves on to 14. Plays it back to the bowler, no run there. We're into the 3rd over of the power play. Signed way outside the off stump. Being called a no ball because it's bowled outside the wicket. So a free hit coming up. Maybe that's the impetus that Tarindu is looking for. A chance to free his arm without the danger of being called out. Except a run out. Let's see what Abdul Rahman can bowl this time. Down the leg side, called a wide, so another run and the free hit continues. Deciding to now change sides. He comes from around the wicket. We want to curl that ball in from leg stump onto the off stump. Swing and a miss and no run there. It's an opportunity for Tarindu and he couldn't make use of it. So score remains on 16. Again, a beautiful ball this time. Getting the ball to shape away from the left-hander. Beating him on the edge. This time, again slanting it across the left-hander. No run. Score remains on 16. Then the batting 2 of 9. And Tawakkal batting 7 of 8. 7 runs have come in extra. 6 wides and 1 no ball. Down the leg side. Wrapped on the pads. To take a quick single. Score moves on to 17. With the last ball of the third over coming up. Tawakkal has been off strike for quite a few balls and must be wanting to tee off again. This time again down the leg side, being called wide. So Abdul Rahman is not able to control the new ball. He had this issue in the last game as well. He was doing well bowling from coming around the wicket to the left-hander, but he could be doing the same to the right-hander as well. If he can bring one back, and if Tawakkal misses, he has a good chance of getting him bowled. No feet movement at all. So end of the over. 3 overs gone. 18 for the loss of no wicket. Welcome back. Fourth over to commence with Biju bowling to Tarindu. Drives this towards mid-off, beating the fielder and the ball into the fence or for his boundary. He's been middling the ball well. He just hasn't got those runs. He manages to get a boundary. He will want to continue that one. He's now 6 of 11. Have a look at it. Pitched up to him. Drive comes down the ground and just to the right of the fielder at mid-off. And with the field inside the circle, 7 men inside the circle, you have ample spaces to make use of. He's got one of them as this time onto his pads. Anything onto his pads, he's just a bit circumspect. He's not able to get his bat down in time. Outside the off stump, he's pretty comfortable when the ball is on the drive. Same cannot be said of the ones that are pitched up to him into the pad. This time gets a chance to swivel across and send this towards the square leg boundary. This time Biju pitching it slightly short. Enough time to rock back and play that stroke. Let's have a look at it. Gauging the length quite early and picking his spot. Again with the field inside the circle, boundaries are there for taking. As Biju now switch ends, he goes over the wicket. Again a beautiful drive. The man at mid-off just booting this one with the ball and keeping it down to a single. Not a happy sight if you're a fielder. You need to bend down and collect those balls with the hands. One is that you're safe. Second, you do not get yourself injured.
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Couple of bounces into the boundary. She goes 104 for 2. Needing another 15 more runs now. 2 boundaries have come off the over so far. Goes back and plays it towards short mid wicket. 1 run completed. By the time the keeper runs and does the fielding, 2 more runs added. He moves on to 48. And the score moves on to 106. Another 13 more runs. You have to wait and watch how long more do they take to finish off this game. This one truly in the grasp of Watania, but this is a funny game. Things can change in a blink of an eye. Plays this towards short third. Wanted a single, not to be. End of the over. Productive one for Watania. They managed to get 12 runs of that over. And needing another 13 more runs to win this contest in the remaining 7 overs. It would want to go beyond the 16th or the 17th over, if I can say.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Varun Nagpal to come and bowl his second over. Wants to cut this one, being called a wide. Varun Nagpal just indicating was just between the tram lines. The umpire doesn't think the same, so 1 more run added, 107 for 2. Short ball and into the mid-wicket fielder's hands and out of it. Abdul Rahman, the fielder. A chance created, maybe a little too late, but that's still a chance. You would want to take those catches just to help your confidence and help your teammates get a wicket or two against their name. Not to be. Score 108 for 2. Another 11 runs more needed. He's on 48 now. This one shot and punished. Maximum, and he gets his 50 of 44 balls. He's on 54 of 44. Has shepherded this innings well. He missed out on the last time he batted, but this time he's made sure that he's made his innings count. Have a look at it. Onto his pads. All the time in the world to pick his spot, and he manages to send this over. Fine leg for a maximum. So we're down to single digits, needing another 5 more runs to win this contest. Wide, so make it 4 now. Score moves on to 115. 40 balls to spare, and you need another 5 runs more with 8 wickets in the kitty. Plays this down towards fine leg. The fielder doing the fielding there. keeping it down to a single. So 3 more runs needed. We need to see how does Gautam approach it. He's batting 14 or 16, given good company to Tarindo, who has done bulk of the scoring, but you always need a partner who can help you. This one is called a wide. So another couple of runs more. Varun just asking Varun to calm down. Drives this to a short cover, no run there. Full toss, plays it towards the extra cover boundary. Come back for 1 and they come back for 2nd. And that's the win that Watania were looking for. So 2nd consecutive win for the Watania boys and the 2nd consecutive loss for Nasco. They win by 8 wickets with 6.1 overs to spare. As the players shake hands and have a look at the scorecard. Players shaking hands. Well played by Tarindo. Gautam finishing it off with a couple with 6.1 overs to spare. Have a look at the scorecard. Watania Takaful, Tawakkal Abbas out for 8 of 11 balls. He was caught by Shabir off the bowling of Gaurav. Torindo Leonage 55 or 45 not out. Well made innings. Sujit Subramaniam a blistering 20 of 10 before he was stumped by Varun off the bowling of Uttam. And Gautam Tamil Selvan 16 runs not out of the 9 balls he faced. 20 extras in the innings. And they have a comprehensive 8 wickets victory with 6.1 overs to spare. We have a look at the bowling card. Nasco Middle East, 7 bowlers used. Abdul Rahman 2 overs, 12 runs, no wicket. Biju Panikal 2 overs, 18 runs, no wicket. Gaurav Achani 1 over, 17 runs, expensive, but he got the wicket of Tawakkal. Uttam, the pick of the bowlers, 3 overs, 18 runs, 1 wicket. Subin Soman 1 over, 12 runs, no wicket. Subin Paul 3 overs, 22 runs, no wicket. And Varun Nagpal 1.5 overs, 19 runs, no wicket. The fall of wickets, the first one fell at 32 and then the second one at 70. And then that partnership that saw them home. So Watania with that win are now with 2 wins from 2 games. As we go ahead for the presentation in the next few moments. Welcome to the post-match presentation of Game 9 of the Insurance Premier League Season 10 between Nasco and Watania. Watania winning with 8 wickets in hand in 6.1 overs to spare. Our man of the match, Sujit Subramaniam, for his 3 wickets, 20 runs and a catch, will be presented by the umpire. Sujit, come forward to collect the trophy and the check. Thank you, umpire. We'll have a word with Sujit. Sujit, come forward. Sujit, happy with the performance. Your partner got 4, you got 3. You had a chance to get 4 wickets, but he managed to get that last wicket.
First of all, I am very happy to receive this award. Thanks to my team and thanks to my captain for the support.
All right, thank you and all the best. Happy with the performance and looking forward to more runs in the future.
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much, Sujit. Thank you for your time and congratulations again. We'll quickly talk to the captains. We'll start with Varun. Deepak, please come forward. Both the gentlemen representing and captaining their respective seats. Varun, to start off with you, a tale of two halves. First half of the innings, you all were going cruising along, and then second half, the train totally derailed itself and giving you all a partly score of 118 in the end.
Yeah, so we have a very few limited batsmen. I mean, if they stick on the pitch, the score is definitely going to be there. But unfortunately, the wicket was slow as well, and when credits to Watania bowlers, they're bowling really well, sticking to the lengths, slowing since the wicket was slow, slowing it down, making it difficult for the batsmen to score runs. Credit to them, but once our top order goes away, it's a very sketchy grey area over there. So we were hoping that we would score 160 to put a defendable total with this pitch, very defendable. But that's the result is on the pay-per-view. Credits to Watania for their performance.
And what are the positives you take from this game?
Few positives are we found a new good bowler, Varun Nagpal. He's bowled really well. Our fielding is slightly improved. We did drop a few catches. There's something needs definitely improving on. Apart from that, overall few players need to stick to the wicket and score a few runs.
Anyway, thank you for your time and all the best for your last game that will be coming up soon. We'll talk to Deepak, the winning captain. Deepak, first half was a bit tough. The batsman was sticking around, but then when you brought Sujit and his partner along, they just managed to just blow them off in the last few overs.
Yeah, well, as I told you in the beginning already, that pitch is damp and the ball will be slower. And our bowlers, they did really good job. Shamim, Amer, Tarindu, they already put pressure on batsmen. Though first half they were able to score some runs, but we knew that we have bowling lineup which can restrict this kind of batting line up to under 20, under 30, and that was our idea. And eventually Deepak and Sujit, they did wonders by taking 7 wickets in a very short span, and we were able to restrict them by 120.
Happy with Tarindu's performance. He missed out on the last time. He was out for only for 4 runs, but this time managed to shepherd the team along and see all over the line.
True. Our batting lineup is playing around him, and whenever he plays good, we all are very confident about him, and good to see him getting some runs. And that's it. We have other batters also. They got also chance, and we are doing good as of now.
Anyway, all the best. Congratulations for this one and all the best for the last league game against Salama. Thank you very much. And that concludes our presentation for game number 9. Game number 10 to start off in the next few minutes. Stay tuned. We have more action coming up on this Super Sunday. Thank you very much.
Journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges. Cause in the end, we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. let's hit the bat. Whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it. Is a 6 or will it be a 4? We scream, we roar. Oh my God, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing. What can I say? Let the claps run in millions as if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League.